So you want to own a laundromat. Rows of washers spinning, dryers humming, coins clinking into machines. It looks almost too simple to be a real business. But laundromats are one of the most quietly profitable small businesses in America. Low staffing, steady demand, and customers who have no choice but to come back weekly. Let's break down the real numbers behind owning a laundromat, from what it costs to build to what it actually pays out. The U.S. laundromat industry generates roughly $5 billion annually, spread across more than 30,000 locations nationwide. Demand comes from a simple, permanent reality. Millions of renters live in apartments without in-unit washers or dryers. Large families, college students, and households without laundry hookups all rely on laundromats as a weekly necessity, not a luxury. Unlike trendy businesses, laundromats don't rely on marketing or social media buzz. They rely on convenience and location. Plain and simple. Urban and dense suburban. Areas with high rental populations tend to see the strongest, most consistent laundromat demand. There are two main models: attended laundromats with staff on site and fully unattended locations run by card and app payment systems. Unattended models have grown fast in recent years, cutting labor costs, while modern payment kiosks keep operations running smoothly around the clock. Let's talk numbers. A mid-sized laundromat typically costs $500,000 to $1 million to open, all in. Leasing or purchasing commercial space alone can run $100,000 to $300,000, depending on size and location. Commercial-grade washers and dryers are the biggest single expense, often totaling $200,000 to $500,000 for a full location. High-capacity machines cost more upfront, but process more loads per day, which matters a lot for long-term revenue. Plumbing and electrical upgrades are often required, since laundromats need significantly more water and power capacity than typical retail spaces. Ventilation systems for dryers also add cost, both for equipment and code compliance, especially in older buildings. Many new owners choose to buy an existing laundromat instead of building new, since existing plumbing and electrical infrastructure is already in place. Buying an existing location can cut startup costs significantly compared to a ground-up build in a brand-new commercial space. Financing is commonly available through small business loans, since laundromats have a long track record of stable, predictable cash flow. Franchise laundromat brands also exist, offering established branding and equipment deals in exchange for franchise fees and ongoing royalties. Whichever path you choose, machine quality matters enormously. Cheap machines break down more, and downtime directly kills revenue. A well-equipped location with reliable machines becomes the foundation for everything else in this business. Once open, laundromats are relatively cheap to run day to day, especially with modern unattended systems. Water and gas or electric utilities are by far the largest recurring cost, since every wash and dry cycle consumes both. A busy laundromat can see utility bills of $3,000 to $8,000 a month, depending on machine count and usage volume. Staffing costs stay low. Many locations run with just a part-time attendant, or no staff at all with card payment kiosks. Machine maintenance is an ongoing cost, since constant daily use wears down parts faster than almost any other retail equipment. Insurance and lease payments round out the fixed monthly costs, typically totaling a few $1,000s depending on location size. Security cameras and basic facility upkeep, lighting, cleanliness, working vending machines help keep customers coming back. Compared to restaurants or retail stores, the day-to-day operating complexity here is remarkably low. No inventory to restock, no perishable goods, no complex supply chain, just machines, water, and electricity. This simplicity is part of why laundromats appeal to owners who want a business without daily, hands-on management. Now the revenue side. Pricing per load typically runs $3 to $8, depending on machine size and region. A mid-sized laundromat with 30 to 40 machines can process hundreds of loads per day during peak hours. Mature, well-located laundromats generate $100,000 to $300,000 in annual revenue. Profit margins typically land between 20 and 35% once a location is established and running efficiently. Additional revenue comes from vending machines, card reload fees, and sometimes wash and fold service for customers who want it done for them. Wash and fold service in particular can add a meaningful premium revenue stream on top of standard self-service income. Peak hours, evenings and weekends, often account for the majority of daily revenue, so machine availability during those windows matters a lot. Because usage is need-based rather than discretionary, revenue tends to stay remarkably stable even during economic downturns. People don't stop doing laundry when the economy slows down. This recession resistance is a major appeal of the business. Once a location builds a loyal weekly customer base, revenue becomes highly predictable month to month. This predictability is exactly why laundromats are popular among investors looking for steady, low-drama cash flow. With low staffing needs and consistent demand, a well-run laundromat can become a largely hands-off income source over time. Of course, there are real risks to consider before jumping in. Utility cost volatility is significant. Rising water or energy prices directly eat into thin operating margins. Equipment breakdowns are a constant threat. Since a single broken machine represents lost revenue every day, it sits unused. Location dependency is enormous. Laundromats thrive in areas with high rental density and low car ownership, and struggle everywhere else. A location built in the wrong neighborhood, even with great equipment, can underperform indefinitely. Rising competition from newer apartment buildings with in-unit washers and dryers is a long-term structural risk in some markets. As new housing developments include laundry hookup standard, some traditional laundromat demand can slowly shrink in those specific areas. Vandalism and theft, especially in unattended locations, are practical risks that require security investment to manage properly. Rising commercial lease costs in gentrifying neighborhoods can also squeeze margins for laundromats that don't own their building outright. Weighing these risks against the steady demand is part of any serious decision to enter this business. So, should you own a laundromat? If you can secure a strong location and reliable machines, this can become a steady, largely passive income business. Financing is widely available, and buying an existing location is often a faster, cheaper path in than building new. Patience still matters. Building a loyal weekly customer base takes time, even in a strong location. For smaller budgets, taking over an underperforming laundromat and improving its equipment and service can be a smart, lower-cost entry point. With consistent demand and low daily complexity, laundromats remain one of the more overlooked, steady-income small businesses available today. That's the economics of owning a laundromat. Let me know in the comments what business you want us to break down next.